Welcome back to Duffy Dadventurer, where I share some stories of my travels exploring the Australian bush, taking the classic Kombi out for a spin and hunting for a bit of gold along the way. All right, in the time-honoured tradition, where will I dig first?
Where the gold is.
There, okay. All right. Dig where there's gold. Good motto. So it's the King's birthday long weekend. Thanks, King Charlie, for deciding to have a birthday and giving us an excuse to get down the creek and take some of your gold. Because you still technically own it, don't you? Ever feel like you're being watched? Well, camping in an Australian winter can be challenging. A lot of people from overseas may not realise that Australia does get pretty cold in winter. We might be known for our warm summers and beach lifestyle, but can get pretty cold, particularly down here in southern Australia.
The chilly weather we've been feeling might have us all shivering, but skiers and snowboarders are celebrating.
Thanks to a cold front over southern New South Wales.
June long weekend's traditionally the start of the ski season.
At Thredbo overnight, 30 centimetres of...
But a little fire kept us warm last night and some good sleeping bags. Anyway, back into the creek this morning. It was a bit hit and miss yesterday, a bit patchy. Tried a few test pans in quite a few different spots and never really seemed to have a lot of success, but it's all in the test panning, isn't it? And every time I come down to this river, it looks different because rain's been through and smoothed out areas, and test panning is the key. And we did a lot of that yesterday. Fortunately, with our last bucket of the day, we did reasonably well. So we'll be going back to that spot this morning and hopefully putting quite a few more buckets through the sluice and see how far that little pay streak runs. It's funny how you can have a pretty ordinary day on the gold and your spirits are down and you think, oh, why am I doing this? Then it just takes one good bucket and you go, maybe there's hope. Till it starts raining at least. Anyway, the Goldrat was absolutely pumping with this little channel of water that we found. It was great. The material was just getting ejected off the end of the sluice. And it was working really, really well under the good water flow conditions. It really loves it when you put a little bit of extra water over it. It seems to clear out the tailings really well and still catches the gold nicely. Thank you very much, Mr. Goldrat. Water temperature's getting down a bit. It's a bit chilly on the old fingers, but still, anyway, you do what you got to do to find the shiny stuff down here in southern Australia. Panning this stuff out on the creek is pretty hard work. There's so much black sand. Just look at it. It's really tough to distinguish the gold. The gold just kind of gets buried in it, and sometimes it skates across the top, and it's just a bit hard to control. Something really strange has happened. Something that I have not seen down here in days. This mysterious ball of light appeared in the sky and the place has changed. I don't know what's going on. I'm scared. Jesus, just sunshine, Craig. Get over it. Anyway. Now for the last couple of buckets, I've swapped over to the Geosluice. Time's getting away from me. And I just want to do another couple of quick buckets. And if you're interested in seeing how the Geosluice performs with the Dream Mat, I'll leave the video here and you can check out my comparison, my side-by-side comparison. But anyway, Geosluice is doing its thing. It's catching little tiny little specks right up in the first riffle. So it's doing its job. Back home now, clear blue sky. That's nice for change, isn't it? Not quite so cold. Sitting here in the sun, just doing a last clean up. So when I get back from the river, I just run everything through a little kitchen strainer. And this is what I'm left with. From this particular creek, a lot of black sands. Pretty fine material. So it's always great debate in how you should best clean up your cons after you get back from a day panning and sluicing out on the creek. And there are lots of very expensive solutions available out there on the internet. But let me show you a cheaper option that I find works really well. And it all centres around the Adventure Sluice from Goldrat Engineering, which is just a silicon small sluice with 3 different size cells. I've come up with what I think is a pretty cost-effective way of doing a cleanup, and that's literally just a couple of plastic buckets, a cutout for the Adventure Sluice to run through. It's fed with a hopper of water, a cheap aquarium pump from Amazon with a valve here where I can adjust the flow. Tailings are caught down the bottom. The water recirculates through a couple of holes down in the bucket there. So it's pretty cheap. Bob's your uncle. And does a really good job catching gold. A terrific job, particularly the micromat cells in the top section, the top third of the Adventure Sluice. It's very meditative, just sitting here listening to the water and feeding a few teaspoons of black sands through the cleanup sluice. Anyway, time for a bit of a clean out. The Adventure Sluice does such a good job. Even the really, really fine gold gets caught up in it. Anyway, thanks King Charles for the excuse to get down there and clean out a bit more gold. Not exactly a king's ransom, but still a great time. Until next time, see you around.